What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the boxing guru. If you like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So November 20th, we're going to get the Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter fight. This is a fight the fans have been asking for the last 3-4 years. Obviously, it's not the fight we really want to see in Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, but this is a fight we've also been very curious as to how it turns out. These are two offensive fighters, a bit different. Shawn Porter is more of a come forward, try to make the fight ugly on the inside, and he pretty much likes to make it a rough and tumble fight on the inside, as opposed to Terence Crawford likes to stay on the outside, use his angles, and be a sharpshooter from the outside, as well as switch styles and confuse the fighter as to he don't know what style he's gonna come in, whether it be southpaw or orthodox. So this is a crazy clash of styles, and one that I'm really excited about, and I want to break down the fight how I think is gonna go. So I believe Shawn Porter is gonna win the earlier rounds, win the early 3-4 rounds, and I think it's gonna be because Terence Crawford hasn't fought somebody in that style of Shawn Porter. Terence Crawford is not used to somebody coming in inside and him and pushing him and making him rough and tumble, as well as Terence Crawford likes to study a fight in the first early rounds. And if it's getting disrupted so much by Shawn Porter, I believe this is going to catch him by surprise, and he's going to lose these earlier rounds as he's trying to figure out his game plan, trying to implement it, trying to absorb and learn what Shawn Porter likes to do. While this is happening, he's going to be landing his shot, but he's going to realize he's a smaller man. Because a lot of people don't know, Shawn Porter is a really big dude. Shawn Porter fought Usyk. Yes, the heavyweight champion of the world. He fought Usyk in the amateurs. He pro debuted at 168 at super middleweight. So Shawn Porter is the naturally, physically bigger guy. Although he's a shorter guy, he's going to be the naturally bigger guy. So we're going to be able to see, can Terence Crawford handle the weight? Can Terence Crawford handle possibly the strength disadvantage? And this is why the fans are so excited for this fight. So after the first 3-4 rounds where Shawn Porter starts getting the advantage, I feel like that's when Terence Crawford is going to figure out Shawn Porter and start sharpshooting him, start going southpaw, start going orthodox. And I think that's going to be an advantage, the fact that he can switch southpaw and orthodox, because if at any moment they're on the inside and he wants to spin out to the right, he can just switch southpaw and spin out to the right, and vice versa. If he's orthodox and he wants to spin out to the left, he can just switch orthodox and spin out to the left. This gives him great advantage on the inside, as well as I do think he has great footwork. We've seen that in the Victor Postol fight, where he boxed most of the rounds until the 12th round. He just wanted to brawl because he's just that much of a dog. So I do think Terence Crawford is going to win the fight. I'm just being honest. I think after the third or fourth round, Terence Crawford is going to make it his fight. He's going to make it a fight, but from the outside. He's going to make it a fight, but make it a just on his terms. Yeah, they may brawl. Yeah, Shawn Porter may get his shots in, but it's going to be on Terence Crawford's terms, which will be on the outside, which will benefit him. I believe he's faster. He has better footwork, and he hits harder. So Shawn Porter isn't going to be as willing to just run in as he did for some of his other fighters, other fights. And I think the difference also between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, because some people could say, hey, Shawn Porter took Errol Spence fights. I think Terence Crawford maybe hits either harder or as hard as Errol Spence. But the biggest difference between them two is the mean streak, is how mean and angry Terence Crawford gets. It almost looks like as he enjoys hurting the other fighter. He has that something like Duran had. I'm not comparing them stylistically. I'm just comparing them like in terms of mentality and anger inside the ring once they get hit, once they lose a few rounds. And I feel once he turns that on, he's going to really hurt Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter definitely has a shot at it. I'm picking Terence Crawford by 11th round knockout. It hurts me to say that because I really wanted to say Terence Crawford decision because Shawn Porter is such a good fighter, and I know this is going to be a good fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn Porter made it to decision. But I don't see no way Shawn Porter beats Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is just on a different level. That's no disrespect to Shawn Porter. I think he gets the stoppage, and I think he has going to own bragging rights over Errol Spence, who couldn't stop Shawn Porter. Some people think Shawn Porter won their fight, even with getting dropped by Errol Spence. So this is going to be a great fight. Listen, it's going to be competitive, and if you have a friend of yours that's an MMA fan, or a friend of yours who's a casual boxing fan, and they don't know which fights are good to watch, make sure they watch this fight. This fight is guaranteed action, and again, I'm predicting a knockout. But I wouldn't be surprised it goes to decision, because both these fighters are very, very good. And Shawn Porter definitely has a chance to win. I just think Terence Crawford has a little bit more than him. But all right, guys, that's my video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Help me out with the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Twitter @_BroadwayJoel. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section about what you thought about this fight. All right, guys, that's my video. Until next time. Peace.